So hey everybody, Happy New Year. This is going to be a vloggy style video. I just wanted to do something to kind of get back into the swing of things with creating videos again. Today I'm feeling much better and I'm ready to begin this organizing, simplifying project that I'm doing. But before I do that, I need to make some breakfast. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then we'll get into the other stuff. I'm trying to use up some of these leftovers that I have had. So when I'm cooking, there's always a pug that's not far away. I'm also going to add a little tomato to this because I have them. Looks pretty good. The dining room table is kind of a bit of a mess. I've got with this puzzle going. Trying to be so much better about taking my supplements. I really don't enjoy swallowing pills. I am low on iron, all these things, so I need to be better about taking them. Got the supplements down. So something I want to say about this organizing thing is that, can you see Frida? Frida, no, I'm not gonna have you sit on my lap while I eat. No. Okay, so let's get into the organizing piece and this idea that I have for this year. Back when I was doing my setup for my passion planner, I was sharing how the most underutilized area of this calendar is the habit tracker section. And I was trying to figure out a way to utilize the space differently because tracking habits just wasn't really working. And knowing that I wanted to do a more intentional, simplifying, organizing, auditing of different areas of my life throughout the year, as opposed to just kind of doing it mostly around spring, fall. Decluttering is a lot like weeding in that it's not a one-time event. This is an ongoing practice that you have to stay on top of. And even as a former home organizer, stuff can pile up. Only you can really know and decide when too much is too much for you. So I decided for January that I would start with the kitchen. And for each line, I put down different areas of the kitchen that I want to tackle. So the pantry, cabinets, the refrigerator in the kitchen, as well as in the garage, gadgets, and then I want to do a cleaning of the cabinets as well, wipe things down, crumbs kind of get in there, things get sticky, and so I would like to do a little bit of a wipe down as well. So today I'm going to start with the refrigerator. That seems like a doable place to start. It's something that I know I can start and finish and accomplish today. Depending on where you are starting and what you're tackling first, you may not get through what you want to get through in the month. I'm not going to be doing something every single day. If you manage to get through, 4 cabinets and not all of the cabinets, that's fine. That's progress in my mind. It's you're farther along than you were when you started. So I encourage you not to get hung up on how much you get done or don't get done. Just celebrate progress and little steps forward, because there are going to be some areas like digital photos, for example, that is not going to get done in a month. Okay. It's just, I want to make progress toward my digital clutter and the photos and organizing them a little bit better. So I'm going to do what I can in a month and what is manageable for me. So, you kind of have to figure out for yourself what is achievable, what is doable, and break things down into smaller steps. How I imagine sharing this process with you all is that I will likely do something at the beginning of the month, kind of how I'm going to approach said category, and then maybe do a midway update on how things are going, and then something at the end of the month. I think now it's time to get to the refrigerator and start cleaning things out. So I'm going to go through everything, check expiration dates, and then wipe some of the bottles down. Like this elderberry syrup that my mother-in-law made has something nasty floating in it. I know it's been in our fridge for a really long time. Example A of something that needs to be disposed of. I'm gonna keep the bottle, but the syrup has got to go. And then I'm gonna wipe things down and remove these shelves, clean them out, that kind of thing. So sometimes doing a task like this, I might turn on a podcast or listen to music or something, but I kind of today am feeling more like not listening to anything and just being in the moment. I know this sounds super cheesy. Sometimes I don't always want to have something stimulating my brain. Just be in the present task of just be in the moment. I love a microfiber cloth. I have several of them, but I think they're just so good for cleaning things. I don't know what it is, but yeah, they're just excellent for wiping things down. As opposed to like a sponge or something. I don't know. But a good microfiber cloth does the trick. So let's see. How long have these been around? 2024. See what I mean? Ah, holy smokes. That is nasty. Ay, ay, ay. I'm done with the fridge task. It took me roughly an hour and 15 minutes. Let's take a look. So here we go. And so everything's nice and clean. I don't tend to use a lot of organizing tools. Like I do like this Lazy Susan and this one container for yogurts and stuff. Other than that, I think they tend to get in the way and cause more problems than good. Now, I like a clean fridge, but I don't need one that looks, you know, like it's being modeled for a magazine or something. This works. It's nice and clean. And in between, you know, I don't do deep cleans like that all the time, but I do spot clean stuff as needed. I still need to do the freezer, so I'm not done. Okay, I'm gonna take a little beverage break and then continue with that. Oh God. Yeah. This needs resorting. It's just kind of jammed in here. gotta take a break. Zero cherry Dr. Pepper. Okay, this was worse than I expected, but it's cleaning up well. Oh, okay. Yeah, this needed a wipe down for sure. It wasn't the worst I've ever seen, but it wasn't good. So this is much better. Okay, we can see everything. Yeah, and I put all of Cassandra's, you know, headachy things in there since our ice machine doesn't work, so might as well use that space. And I have a little bit of space back there. Maybe I can move these back there. Okay, like seriously, we have enough chicken sausage. Also, peas and carrots, 5 bags of this stuff. Jesus. 3 bags of peas on top of that. This is why doing inventory and cleaning things out is a good idea. Case in point. So, I moved some of this stuff into our garage freezer, and that one is not as bad actually. At least the refrigerator part has mostly drinks, so I just need to wipe that out, and then the freezer, reorganize it because there's not that much in there. But I did, it's nice to move some of the stuff that was in here and put it out there so it's not stuffing this freezer. I am not going to do the garage freezer because it's almost 5 and I am done. This isn't about getting everything done in one day, little steps at a time, and set yourself a timer if need be, if you need to do shorter amounts of time. So the timer is your friend. Lots of progress was made today. I have a super clean fridge. That is something to be celebrated. All right, Miss Rosie is ready to eat. It is like 5:03 and I'm late. If you decide to follow along and do this as well, start a conversation in the comments. I'd love to connect there and let me know how your process is going. We can cheer each other on. So, all right, see you in the next video.